Well, it is Thursday, and I am back in the office. I came up with a blog article today regarding the Henry Ruggs case. Now, the Henry Ruggs case, you may recall, was an incident that happened in November of 2021. Henry Ruggs, a former wide receiver for the Los Angeles Raiders, had a DUI where, unfortunately, a young woman lost her life. Now, Mr. Ruggs allegedly was traveling approximately 156 miles an hour when his Corvette slammed in the back of this woman's car, killing her and her dog. In addition, his girlfriend received some substantial injuries as well. Now, it came out that his BAC was high. It was about double the legal limit. He was arrested, obviously, taken into custody, released on bail, and has been on house arrest for the last year and a half. Now, initially, it seemed like his defense lawyers were going to take the case to trial. They filed a pretrial motion in an attempt to exclude the blood evidence from trial. That motion was denied, and so the blood evidence of the case going to trial was coming in. Now, that likely led to the attorneys advising him to enter this guilty plea. And it's actually a very good guilty plea, in my opinion. Now, there's a part of the case I don't like, but I'll get into that in just a second. But the guilty plea, had he proceeded to trial, he was facing various counts. He would have received up to 50 years in jail, in state prison. Now, he's pleading guilty to one count of death by auto while DUI and a related handgun charge. It was a handgun in the vehicle at the time of the incident, and he's pleading guilty to that. Not sure why that was included. I'm assuming that charge will prevent him from ever possessing a weapon, probably in the state of Nevada, and likely any place else for, I believe, a substantial period of time, if not possibly for life. Now, I'm not sure how it's graded exactly. I'm not a Nevada attorney, but regardless, his negotiated proposed sentence is 3 to 10 years. Now, the death by auto in Nevada at the minimum carries with it a 2-year sentence. So his negotiated sentence is a 3 to 10, which is very good. Now, I think the negotiations were good. I think his attorneys did a great job there. What I don't understand is it seemed to me that there was a strong likelihood he was going to plead guilty to this, even from the start. I think the motion suppressed. They probably told him that there's probably not a very good chance it's going to be granted, but we're going to try it because we don't have a good offer from the prosecution, perhaps. I would have possibly tried to advise him to maybe stay in county jail. Now, no one wants to stay in jail. I understand that. But if the prospects of being sentenced to state prison following a plea are extremely likely, if not a given in this situation, he would have earned time credit. So he would have received all the time he would have spent on house arrest. He would have had that toward his sentence. So he's supposed to be sentenced on May 10th. He would have been eligible for release in about 18 months. Now, why is that especially relevant for someone like Henry Ruggs? Well, he's a professional football player, and I'm not downplaying the death here, but I'm looking at this as an attorney, and I have to kind of look at it from a business standpoint. He obviously is a talented football player. He's a first-round draft pick. He has an opportunity to play football again. Michael Vick served a federal sentence for dogfighting. Obviously, no people were killed, but, and I'm not trying to equate people and dogs, but everybody is entitled to a second chance. And I can see a team possibly giving him a second chance to play, whether it be the NFL, or the CFL, or the XFL, or the USFL. He has an opportunity to play. By not staying in custody, he has to serve the whole 3 months, the whole 3 years before being eligible for parole. So it adds another 18 months, possibly 1 or 2 more seasons where he sits out. And he served the 18 months, theoretically, he could be back on the football field, not this season, but next season. He is 24 years of age. I believe that, I'm doing the numbers correctly, he could possibly get back to playing football, and he's still 25. And I was looking at this from a business standpoint. Again, there's a lot of wide receivers who are playing well under the 30s, so he still has an opportunity to have a career. I know it'll be a hard road back, but he obviously has the talent. So from a advising the client standpoint, I think they should have had a serious conversation. Now maybe they had the conversation and he wasn't willing to do that, but it is my hope that they had the conversation, because I think looking down the road, that would have been the better option. He would have been out already, and well, out in a substantially faster period of time and extended possibly his playing career. Now, if he sits in state prison for 3 years, obviously there's maybe a less likelihood. Now, I think obviously serving any type of prison sentence, it's going to cause perhaps his skills to diminish, but I think that at least has to be considered. DUI charges can happen to anybody, and unfortunately, it happened to this young man. If you are charged with DUI, it's important that your attorney, like Mr. Ruggs' attorney, consider all possible aspects of the case, and that includes probable cause to stop, probable cause to arrest. Those weren't issues in Henry Ruggs' case. Obviously, the accident in and of itself is probable cause to investigate and obviously get in and obviously arrest for suspicion of DUI and obviously take his blood as well. With regards to blood evidence, the attorneys did the right thing as far as challenging the strength of the blood evidence through a pretrial motion. And plea negotiations, they did a very nice job. So if you have questions about DUI in Pennsylvania or DWI in New Jersey, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Website, gamboandlaw.com. As always, a tremendous resource for you and your family. All of my books, my blogs, my videos are available there in one convenient format. Tomorrow's Friday, coming out with a weekly update. Go out to over 4,000 of our current and former clients in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Some fantastic articles. I'm going to wrap up all of our most popular articles in that e-update. We'll also have links to our podcast, where we bring in attorneys outside of our criminal defense practice to talk about their practices, things like performance-enhancing drugs, immigration, family law, workers' compensation. We discuss all that in the podcast. It's a tremendous resource for our families because we understand that these issues are important. But once again, if you have questions, 215-755-9000 in Pennsylvania, 856-793-7429 in New Jersey, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have a great Thursday, and I'll talk to you all very soon.